I'm here in Miami during the winter time because when I started my Airbnb business, my biggest goal by far was to make sure that I'm able to travel the world and still make money, right? So, money's important, but for me in particular, freedom was my main goal in starting this business. There's so many businesses out there where people have to constantly be working all the time. They are their own employees, right? So if you have, just name any type of business. You have a restaurant. Well, as a restaurateur, you are going to have to be there all the time. You're going to, be working 50, 60, 70 hours. But when you start an Airbnb business, you're going to be involved a lot in the beginning. But over the course of time, you're going to have a housekeeper, you're going to have a handyman, you're going to have staff there to be able to help you out. And it's going to cut into your profits. But once you build your business to a certain level like I have, you're willing to do that. Because for me, financial freedom, being able to be out here in the warm weather, like I'm literally outside right now in my balcony overlooking this amazing view, and it's 70 degrees and I'm in a t-shirt. And it's still the early March. I've been doing this all February long because of financial freedom and the ability to move wherever I want to move and do what I want to do. First step to starting your Airbnb business is first determine if you live in an area where you can even do Airbnb. Is it viable in the first place? You have to do your research. And I'm not just talking about financially. The first research you have to do is call up your county, call up your local zoning department and ask them, hey, can I even start an Airbnb business in this area? What are the rules? They're going to actually recommend that you look at their website, but you want to talk to them directly. The reason why is because even if they have certain rules and ordinances, that doesn't mean that they actually follow up. That doesn't mean that they actually care. When I started my Airbnb business, I started in a DC area, right outside of DC. And the county did have rules against Airbnb when it came to doing it outside of your primary residence. So they only wanted people to do Airbnb who actually live within the community. Well, for me, that really defeats the purpose. How am I going to scale a business when I can only do one? The one that I live, you can't. That's the point. That's why they'd say primary residence only. But after I talked to the county and they broke it down to me. They were like, hey, dude, we don't have the budget. We don't have the budget to actually keep up with people and what they're doing. So all we're doing right now is we are working off of complaints. So if your neighbors complain about you with noise complaints, you're throwing parties, you have trash outside that you're not taking care of, your maintenance, your yard looks like trash, then yes, we are going to get involved. But as long as they don't, we're not going to get involved. The crazy thing is my county is starting to get involved and they're starting to break it down. They're starting to really look at who is doing it the right way and who is doing the wrong way. That's a story for another day. But first and foremost, make sure you call your zoning and your zoning department and check with them if you're able to do this business in the first place. If they say yes, or if you see that their rules are flexible because they're not really checking, next up, you're going to want to type in your address into Airbnb. And when you type in your address to Airbnb, what you're going to find is you're going to find local properties in your areas that are Superhost, that have guest favorite tag on the listings. You're going to click on those and you're going to see exactly how booked they are. Right now, it's the beginning of March. So if I want to see if somebody's actually booked, I'm looking at their April calendar. I'm looking at their May calendar. Do they have some bookings? What is their occupancy rates? Easy to see because the dates that are booked are going to be blacked off, right? And you're going to count the amount of dates that are booked. You're going to multiply it by the average nightly rate. And that's how you're going to help you to see what type of revenue they're actually generating. With these steps, these first two steps, you're going to be able to see, are you able to start this business, or should you move to a different county or forget about it completely? Leave a comment in the comment section. This is Coach B&B. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Instagram, follow me on there,